Hi everyone on YouTube. This is Ghettogurl05 from DeviantArt, and this is my first video where you get to hear my real voice, and you're also going to hear how I stumbled into DA and how I became a member there, and I'm also going to answer some questions that you guys left me from DeviantArt on Friday, May the 20th. Now, you're gonna have to adjust your speakers on your computer or adjust your YouTube pages, his speaker and monitor, or whatever it is, because I have a soft voice and I don't really speak very loudly, so you'll be able to hear my responses today. Now, how I stumbled on here to DA was that I came from a Crash Bandicoot fan forum, and I noticed some people had up some fan art of him and his friends coming from this site. So I would go on the board, I would click on the links, and I'd check out the work, but I couldn't really comment on there unless I was a member of DeviantArt. So after I looked at all the pictures and got so amazed, and also the messages on the Crash Bandicoot forum, I decided to sign up to DeviantArt to start submitting some work of my own. I've been a member of DeviantArt since 2005. Now, this is going to be my 6th year on the site. Sometime in June, I think it's roughly at the end of June, and I did leave DeviantArt temporarily. I didn't cancel my account or deactivate it or anything, but I just stopped posting art there for about a couple of years or so and just made myself out as a lurker. See, I'll just look around there, check out some other people's artwork, and then type in a few comments here and there. So I was still kind of an active member, but not really post art there at the same time, if that really makes sense, that is. Well, since I've been back here posting art roughly around last year, I found myself more and more active on this site than before, because now I'm able to expand my levels of art much better than I did from the start. For those who noticed my gallery before, they will see like different pictures and images I would do, but I was only limited to MS Paint, or MS Paint program at the time. So now I've gotten more exposed to different painting software like Photoshop, Illustrator, doing work by hand, and putting it on the scanning on the computer, and then doing the coloring from there. See, like right now, I'm drawing some work, doing some images. I scan it onto the computer and then do the colors digitally. I do it this way to avoid any errors that I would make if I were to color my pictures with color pencils, or paint, or crayons or anything like that before putting it to the scanner. I actually decided to do it this way based on experience. Like when I would color certain pieces and I put it into the scanner, it may not come out right, or I realize, oh, I just made a mistake and I can't really change anything. So all this came out to be fun, and when I came back, I noticed more and more people on DeviantArt than I had before I just started off. And I also noticed some people who had left DeviantArt temporarily because they had other things to do, like stuff to do for their personal life. But I also know some of the same people that came back, and things have been a lot of fun ever since. I find myself very active every day, and I find DeviantArt more as my second home, actually. It's kind of funny that way. So that's a little bit about me, and what I'm going to do now is to answer some of the questions that you guys had left for me. So let me move on to that. Okay, I see here the first question is from Ghettogurl05, and she asks me, What is your favorite thing to draw in the world and why? Um, I have a lot of things that I have a thing for. Like, I have a favorite to draw. So I really can't choose why, but the thing that I would mostly draw are just anthropomorphic characters, or anthros for short, because they're so much fun to design. I mean, taking things like made up and making it part of your reality just seems really fun, especially when you get to choose on how they look, how they sound, what kind of personality they're supposed to have, what can they do, just millions of things like that. That's mainly my favorite thing to draw, is like doing like anthro pictures. One of my other favorite things to draw is like drawing like different characters of my friends OCs, and doing doodles or GIF arts like I've been doing as of recently, because like I said before, it just seems like a really fun thing to do, and it's like pretty addicting. I'm actually on my fifth page of doodles, those different OCs and different personas that I'm doing right now. So, that's a whole lot of fun. And there's not really one thing that I can say that's actually my most favorite thing I like to do, because I like to do all of it. Like, I like to do like traditional work, I like to do digital stamp making, I do a little bit of literature, I like to do contest entries, I like to do line art, I like to do vector art, which I'm learning to do as well. So it's just a multiple thing, a massive thing to do. Okay, the second question I got is from Yuki the Vampire, and she writes, which character would you change, and which would you like to upgrade on clothing, hair, and eyes? Well, I have made like several changes to all of them. In fact, I might make an upgrade on all of them very soon, sometime during the summer, or maybe sometime in the start of fall, probably for the fall look and get more of a wardrobe. But the character that I have made the most changes to and the bigger upgrades on is to Marilyn, because initially from the start he had very long green hair, his eyes were extremely huge, and the different polygons that he had going on, and he was very thin. So when I made the changes, I decided to make his hair a little bit shorter, give him a little more muscle mass. He still has a lean and slim physique, but is not as thin as it once before, and kind of make him a little more stronger. Now, in terms of his clothing, so far the principal clothing he has on, at least the colors, are mainly darker colors, like mainly black or blue, or a few times red. Some of the darker colors. I'm thinking of trying to give him a little bit more variety of colors rather than just having like monochromatic colors or just completely dark and whatnot. And as for his hair, it's just all over the place. Like, it's kind of long for a guy's style, but it's short for a girl's style as well. So it kind of like stops right below his ears when I first made the upgrade, and now I have it like right at the base of his neck. So I'm thinking of make it probably a little bit more curly, but not too curly to the point where it looks a little too girly on him. And his eyes, initially his eyes are brown from the start, so that's not gonna change very much. I'm just gonna have to make the iris or the eye color maybe a little lighter, so that it's not just one shade, just like the color of his fur, which is also brown. Thanks for your question, Yuki, and I'm gonna move on to the next question here.